Hey guys, this might come as a surprise, but this is the real memerog. Well, actually, not the real memerog. I'm kind of like his friend. The real memerog. He used to have a channel, and he had a lot of shit archived onto it, but he eventually deleted it all. So if you see no videos on here, that's because he just deleted all of them, and I actually created a new channel for him because I was talking with him the other day, and he said, I don't want to make a new video, a new channel myself. So he asked me to actually make one for him as a like PR move, basically. So I'm gonna be reacting to one of his old videos that was reposted, and yeah, I'm a basically give you guys my information. What my thoughts are based on basically my years of knowing the real memerog. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna start this reaction, and first off, from this reaction of this video already, I can already see the word "did." Now, I know a lot of people don't really understand why they use the word "did" in here, but let me explain. So, when you're saying something like "did," I think of honestly doing something. Like, did you do this? Or it starts like it sounds like the start of a question, more accurately. So I feel like he used this in this video in particular, which I haven't watched yet. I don't know it, so I'm assuming that he used this to ask a question, whether it's a very quick question. And also looking at the title, I can kind of guess what the first three words are, but that's just assumptions. I'm not sure what entirely the first three words of this video are, so I'm just going to assume that it's going to be "did you" and "no," because those are very common phrases that the real memerog used to use back in the day. Like whenever we would talk, he would say, "Hey, did you know this?" or "Did you know that?" And honestly, those are just things that stick to my mind because he would always spread knowledge, and he'd always be super like he was always a person that tried to spread knowledge. And this is just one of those cases where I feel like he was just trying to spread some knowledge here. So yeah, let's continue from this.
Did you know?
Oh, you see, I was right. So I think I didn't pause it quick enough. Excuse me for my lack of being able to pause it there. But I can already see some things. So I'll give you guys my theories. But first of all, the second word is "you," and the third word is "no," like I was saying earlier. I was sort of guessing it just based on the title itself. But, the word "you" is very common. It's usually used in second person. I'm pretty sure, at least from my personal experience, I'm pretty sure it's used usually when referring to someone in the second person. So in this case, I think the real memerog is using the word "you" to signify to the audience. He doesn't know the audience that he's talking to. That's why he's saying "you" as in a general term, because if he wanted to talk to a specific person, he would say "he" or "she." Did he know? Did she know? But he's using the word "you" in particular to sort of talk about a general audience. He's not sure who's going to watch it. He's not going to, really care too much about the person's gender affirmations, whatever it is. But, I think he's using the word "you" in particular because he knows that it's a very neutral term, and it's a term that can apply to anything or anyone. So in that case, the word "you" is used because it is a very good, follow up from the word "did," especially when you combine the two. And then "know." Knowing is to understand something, to comprehend something. I personally understand that my friend, the real memerog, really likes the word "know." He was always a knowledgeable person, as I was saying earlier, and he always wanted people to know things, to understand it in a sense. So to use the word "know" for someone of his aptitude and skill level, it's very common, honestly. It seems like it's something that he would want people to truly comprehend. So he's using the word "know" so that you can understand him better. And so yeah. Also here I can see Kendrick Lamar. I know it's only like half of his face. How can you tell who it is? But the reason I know it is Kendrick Lamar's because my friend, the realmemerog, he actually knows Kendrick Lamar. Like he told me back in '08, he met Kendrick Lamar at a bar, and he was talking with him, and he actually helped him out a lot. At least that's what he tells me. He tells me that he was talking to him before he made it big, and to me, I always believed him because he sounds so genuine when he says this, and how could I ever just ignore my friend? Like there's no way he would be lying, and honestly, to think that someone like the real memer OG could have such an impact on a young artist's life before they blew up to that degree, it's insane to me. It's crazy. He tells me that he's proud of what Kendrick has become in the later years, and that he himself he always tells his story. Honestly, it's something that he's very proud of in his career and his life. So yeah, this is obviously just another casual for him, though. He's met many artists. He's helped many artists out. Drake too, but he's very humble about it. So he only tells like, every like 2 visits, like not every visit, but every 2 visits, he's pretty humble about it, honestly. And yeah, but I'm just assuming that it's gonna say Kendrick next because it could honestly say something else, and I haven't seen this video, so I'll continue from this point on. Kendrick Lamar. Oh, okay, yeah, I was right. So from these 2 words, I can already surmise what the next part of this video is going to be. The first word, Kendrick, obviously, that's very common, honestly. That's a name, and in particular, the name of the rapper Kendrick Lamar. But I was actually assuming that the next word that was going to come out after Lamar would be Duckworth, because the real Memer OG, he's very thorough in how he explains things, and I know he likes to go into very good detail and very deep detail about anyone he's talking about, and so he'll make sure to list their full name. Sometimes he'll list their address, but that's not usually important. Although I feel like whenever he does do something to that extent where he lists someone's address, their personal information, like their credit card and their bank information. Whenever he does that, he's doing it in good intentions because he understands that this is information that should be public. Or maybe if it's not public, that the person who owns this information should be wary that someone has that information. So it's pretty smart of him to always mention people's full name. But obviously, he'll only mention it to the extent of his own knowledge. So obviously, he's not always going to know everything. I mean, he does tell me that he knows a lot of things, but he's humble about it at the same time. So the next thing, Lamar's. That's like talking about a person, right? Like a person with the apostrophe. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, the apostrophe, and I'm guessing it's gonna be attached to something that Kendrick Lamar has done. So it's saying Kendrick Lamar's. Like it's something that he owns. Maybe it's a car. Maybe it's something else. But in my opinion, because obviously this is a rapper and artist, I'm thinking it's going to be one of his albums because these are very much musical things that are attached to him. And for the most part, Kendrick is known for his music. So I'm thinking it's going to be one of his albums. If I had to guess, maybe Good Kid, Mad City, maybe, Section 80. But I'm thinking for sure it might be To Pimp a Butterfly. And just a slight assumption that I've had from this is that I see the Blacker the Berry is actually connected to this piece of work. So I'm guessing that whoever reposted this had the foresight of thinking, hey, I should probably put something from what this topic is. So they put something from what the topic is or something similar, and that would be in this case the Blacker the Berry from To Pimp a Butterfly. So now I'm guessing it's going to be To Pimp a Butterfly that this person's going to be talking about. Maybe a specific song. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be talking about his Grammy nominations or other accolades he's accrued over the years. But I'm not sure. So I guess I'll have to watch the rest of this video to sort of guess what's going to be happening. So yeah. To Pimp a Butterfly. Oh, okay. A lot of things happened here. There were some what graphics, that's what they're called. Yeah, there's some graphics, and I think they do a thing to sort of make me understand what's happening now. So from these two graphics alone, I saw both Kendrick and To Pimp a Butterfly in the top left corner. So yeah, I was obviously being right when when I predicted it was going to be To Pimp a Butterfly, but I wasn't sure until I saw it. So, obviously you have to make sure by confirming it, because you can't just say you predicted something and then have it not be true, because at that point it's counterintuitive to what your whole agenda is, which is to react to a video. And that's what I'm here to do, is react in the steed of the real Memer OG, because as I said, he's my friend. So anyways, yeah, I was right about To Pimp a Butterfly, and obviously not much to say. It's just an album that Kendrick has made, and the real Memer OG has also told me that he was happy when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, because he was happy the amount of praise and attention Kendrick was getting from an album like that. He was also happy for him when he released something like Good Kid, Mad City, and he got a lot of praise there too. And honestly, he's told me that to this day he wishes he could meet him again, but obviously because of his own personal pursuits in life, he hasn't been able to meet up with Kendrick again or anyone else that he met before they became popular. But he's just happy for them that they were able to release these projects that are widely considered by many to be greats, or maybe not even considered greats, but they're just like such outstanding pieces of work that you could be proud of. So I'm very glad that he was able to meet them, and to me, it's always been it always makes me happy whenever he mentions it. So, oh yeah, right here. So the word actually, if you guys didn't know, the real Memer OG, he's a very knowledgeable person. He's a very pristine. He's like an elite in a sense. He does things in a certain way, and one of the ways he does these things is by using intellectual words, or maybe not intellectual, but pseudo intellectual. So he makes these like claims, like the word actually, like in reality. So this is, in my opinion, I'm thinking he's using this to ground the video into our own world, because if we think about it like this is all knowledge he knows, but now he's saying actually, as in he's trying to actualize what this knowledge that he has is. He's saying that this exists. He's saying that this is realistic, and that it's something that's worth sharing in a sense. So I think that while you could say the word actually doesn't have much meaning, or maybe it's a very common word, in this context, the way the real Memer OG uses it, it's a very intellectual usage of the word actually, because actually people probably don't know what he's about to say, because I'm obviously, I'm obviously speaking on his behalf, but he's told me a lot of things that I wouldn't know. So I'm just assuming that the word actually is used in the context of spreading information that is very much widely unknown, or if it is known, he's giving his own inputs that people probably would, have a different take on the whole prospect to begin with. So I'm thinking that he's about to be spitting facts, and he's about to be grounding us to reality with the word actually. She has a secret. Okay, next things. Actually has a secret. So, has a secret, that is a phrase, right? To have a secret is to hide something, to obtain it. We all have our own secrets. We all have our own ways of doing things. We all have that formula in a sense. And I think the real Memer OG here is not necessarily saying that it's a sort of formula, but it's a sort of unknown fact, because he used the word actually earlier. So now I'm thinking this has to be some unknown, obscure fact that many people probably wouldn't know of the rapper and artist Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. So in this case, I'm assuming that has a secret is used in that context. And as we can see, that previous graphic had someone with their finger on their mouth to sort of signify like the shh You know, like if you're in a libraries, people will tell you to be quiet, and just like the real Memerog has told me many times is shh, you know, because I like to yap a lot, and honestly I feel like maybe sometimes I talk a little bit too much, but I know that it's very much not a detriment, as honestly I feel like the more I talk, the more I can explain my feelings and opinions a little bit better. But obviously the real Memerog, you know, he's told me many times that, you know, he likes the fact that I talk, because he likes the fact that I'm able to make a lot of things up, and add a lot of random unnecessary context. And honestly, I see that as a compliment, because personally I honestly enjoy the fact that I can bring in unnecessary things and still make it listenable. So I'm glad that the real Memerog, like, he treats me in this respect, basically, and that's why I prefer to give my opinions in this long-winded of a statement. So yeah. Oh, okay. Now we're at that, right? I guess we can say that that is talking about some sort of particular item, that, or maybe it could be just in general talking about that, or an object in a sense, or basically it's like a way of us understanding that that something is happening. So I'm thinking that it is used in that context that I just explained, that something is happening, basically. And yeah, I'm honestly just guessing, but I'm not sure. I am, though. I am kind of guessing from here, so I guess I'll just stop talking, and I'll continue the video right now. That nobody has heard about? Okay, so from that, as I said earlier, with the words did, and actually, there was some sort of fact. Did you know is the first phrase, asking the viewers a question if we knew something, and actually confirms that there's going to be a fact of some sort. So now we have that nobody has heard about. So from here I can sort of guess as to what direction the video goes from this point on. And seeing as there was another graphic with a person kind of scratching on their face, you know, on their hair, I can sort of assume that we're going to be getting told about a fact, or an obscurity in Kendrick's life himself. And I'm guessing that because of this, there is a good reason for the gasp. You know, the gasp here, that I'm seeing here. It's sort of like to signify what the audience reactions would be to hearing this information. And yeah, for me, I mean, I you didn't hear me talk, because I'm kind of used to getting earth-shattering information coming from the real Memerog, but I know many people wouldn't be used to this sort of like discussion from this particular person. So I have to sort of like mediate in a way, because I can't be like showing my emotions off, especially because when I try to explain things, I try to explain things in an unbiased, or maybe not an unbiased, but an unemotional sort of state. And as you can tell, I'm not really affected by this, because I probably feel like this is something that, in the millions of things that the real Memerog has told me, I feel like this is probably one of those things that I honestly might have forgotten about. And I'm glad the real Memerog is able to remind me and the audience of this potential thing that I don't know. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to end this video here, though, because I know that it's probably something that's important, but I think that I honestly, I feel like I already know what he's talking about. As I'm recording this right now, I'm remembering precisely this conversation, and I think I remember this video now, because I've probably seen it a bunch of times. But you know, I just want to know, I mean, I just want to tell you guys that I do feel that there is something important to be said in here, but obviously I don't have much time, and I know he told me to do this for PR purposes, but I can't just keep watching this video and adding basically infinite commentary, because I honestly could keep going on about this, because it is the real memerog. Whenever he releases a video, there's so much context and there's so much substance to anything he makes that one could make infinite videos simply talking about one particular frame. So yeah, I'm gonna just stop it here before I keep rambling on for hours, because by the end of this video it would probably be like 2 hours long. And yeah, like I said, I don't want to make a 2 hour long video. So yeah, this is just my first impressions on this video, but thinking about it now, I probably have seen this video. So anyways, have a good day, good night, or good evening, and I'll see you guys next time. By the way, that's something that the real memerog used to say. He kind of popularized that term. So if anyone else uses that, that's probably because they copied it from him. So anyways, see you guys in the next real memerog video. And as always, real out. That's the catchphrase he has, by the way.